Sorry, everybody. The dads aren't here today because today it's not bad dad advice. It is anger momagement.
That was so long.
Hated that. Are we live?
Oh, yeah, we're on.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, cool. Hey, guys, welcome to Anger Momagement.
Yay. Oh, my gosh. That was so funny, Jamie. Just that intro, just heavy metal, death metal was a good intro. That's because we're angry.
Yeah, I guess
We're
we're
angry.
so mad.
We giggled a little too
That
much
we're
for the
having to
anger
do
that was just
this.
portrayed. Because we're delirious and tired. Because we're moms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what do we do
Jake,
next?
Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Janie. I'm James's husband. I'm James's wife.
And sometimes mom.
Sometimes mom. Depends on the day.
Oh, that was good.
That's all I've got.
Who's your kid?
Oh, Kennedy. Kennedy's my kid. She's
just
a
as
year and a
bad as James.
half. I'm just I'm the worst.
That was great.
Yeah, she's a year and a half.
Oh,
Cute little nugget.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Megan. I am Trey's wife
Yep.
and mother to little baby Francis, who goes by Ivy.
Yes. I am Tiffany. I am Jamie's wife, and we have a 5-month-old named Landon, who is currently asleep right now in my house. Thank God.
With adult supervision.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, not by himself.
Is he by himself?
Yeah, with the dogs watching him.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Rocket's good.
Yeah, Rocket's
I
fine.
feel like Rocket's like a herding dog, so she'll figure it
Exactly.
out.
Yeah.
I'm Emily Strack. I'm Robo's wife, not husband today, maybe tomorrow. I am the mom of Blake and Riley, my two beautiful twins. They're 9 months old, 9.5 months old now. And I'm the twin mom, so that's all you're going to hear about from me probably. But yeah, and we are Anger Momagement, which is a really cool name that I don't know who came up with. Megan came up with it, of course. And we're the wives, we're the better halves, we're the cleaning ladies, we're the moms, we're their brain, basically. So.
Yes.
And we're
100%.
we're here to apparently talk shit or
Yeah.
have some
100%.
productive communication. I'm
Tear
not
'em
sure.
apart.
Call them out on their errors for the last year.
Yeah.
Right.
Podcasting.
Everything they've told you in this past year.
Right.
We're gonna
Yeah.
tell you what's really happening.
We're
Yes.
gonna debunk it.
Yeah. That's a good word.
There you go.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That was really good. I can't.
I got the first sound effect.
I'm so impressed.
I'm not. We got a ding. We got a ding. We got a ding, ding, ding.
So we were given this list of momagement topics. We received this list at 9 p.m. last night. So communication.
They've been sharing the
skills.
list for, I don't know,
Weeks.
months.
With
months,
each- with
something
each
like
other.
that.
With each other.
Not with
Yeah.
us.
That was the argument. Well, this list has existed for forever.
Right.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So we're going to attempt to follow this list. I didn't really read it. Did you guys?
No.
Okay.
I have it on
You're
my
the only
phone,
one that
but
has it right
yeah,
now,
you're in
too,
charge.
so.
You're the moderator.
I've got this.
Let's do it.
you help us.
The first thing they'd like us to talk about are their dad and ratings.
Right.
Where they rated themselves on dad things. Oh, but first, a word from our sponsors. Apparently, our
we're the word.
husbands we're the word. Our husbands are sponsored by Bierstick. I'm sure if you've watched any of their episodes, you've seen the Bierstick. If you would like to piss off your wife,
Yes.
buy one. It's
And take
great.
it with you
10 out of 10
everywhere you
works.
go.
And take it everywhere you
Right.
go. Weddings.
Don't carry a diaper bag. Just bring your beer
Cruises.
stick.
Yeah, cruises, anything and everything. The park. Just take the beer stick.
Yeah.
Tiff's gonna show us how it's done.
Tiff is probably about to epically fail
You've got this.
at this. That's
You
why
can do it.
only 3 ounces.
Hey, anywhere between 1 and
1
24
and
ounces.
24.
Right.
Fuck. Dude, spit on that thing. That was so
Oh, it
good.
makes
Like a
such a
pro.
gross noise.
Was it hot in your ears as well?
Ugh, that was awful.
Was it beer or champagne?
No, that was beer. Oh, I don't think I could have done it if it was
Oh,
champagne.
I feel like
It's too
Shambongs?
bubbly.
Shambongs.
Shout out to Fran. Fran is the fastest shambonger we know. That's our good girlfriend. She and her husband also is friends with these clowns. So she shambong back in the day.
I feel like that would give me acid reflux. I can't do that anymore.
Oh, now
Everything
I'm
gives
for
you
that.
acid reflux now.
I'm sure she's gonna be mortified I said that because I'm sure she never does it anymore. But in college, she hung with the best of them.
Impressed.
Oh. We're doing really well.
We're doing great. Updates were not on my list of topics. I think it's time for us to give some updates.
So, anybody got any updates?
Yeah, I've got an update.
Oh boy, do I have an update for you.
Somebody give me a mother flippin' update.
Hated that.
I do gotta say, I love that the cry is actually your kid.
Okay,
Yeah,
it was
and it's so real.
so real. It was like when they were like 3 months or 4 months old when the boys were really getting into like the nitty gritty of doing the podcast like every week. And Ryan was like, we don't have any updates. And I was like, meanwhile, like carrying both of them, sweating everywhere. And I was like, I think we have some updates. Like, what? And she just started hysterically screaming. And then he started recording. And he was like, oh, perfect for the pod. And I was like, right.
Sounds right.
Come help me.
All right, who wants to go first?
I can go first.
There you go.
Yeah.
So this isn't really an update, but it's a nice intro for Trey for the next few weeks because he is going to be a single person, actually, not even a single father, because the kid's going to be with me in Canada
Oh,
for the
Lord.
next 2.5 weeks. So he is going to have some not even single dad, just guy time. But the kid is going to be traveling to Canada with me on 3 different flights for several hours, and we hope we both make it alive.
That's a good
You
goal.
got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got to get there. And then I got grandparents, aunts, uncles,
Right.
cousins. Like, I don't have to see my kid for 2.5 weeks, but I got to get him there first.
And this is not the first flight, correct?
No, this will be
Right.
his 3rd flight, but first solo one for me.
Right.
And the first one where he is mobile.
That's a big.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough when they're mobile.
You've been on flights, right? With Kennedy? Not even.
We went on one a
crossing.
few weeks ago, just us. She was mobile. It was a disaster.
It was?
Yes. Yes. Filed it. I don't know what that said.
I don't know.
What audio
Come out
was
of
that?
nowhere.
Yeah, it wasn't good. She didn't want to be held. She wanted to run around the airplane. She wanted her own seat.
Are the flight attendants like nice
Yes.
to you when you have a psycho on board?
They gave me cookies when she started
Okay.
screaming on the
They
plane.
gave us like an empty cup, and he just like squished and squished and squished for like an hour. It was the best thing.
Yeah.
While he was screaming, but like squished.
It kept him busy at least.
Yeah.
He wasn't squishing your face or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But 3 flights, so 3 different.
3 separate flights. Yep.
That's probably. I would think that would be the hardest part. Is like not being on the actual airplane. Is like getting from point A to point B once you land in.
When we
I
come,
don't know, Atlanta or wherever
when
you're
we come
flying
back,
through.
we have a 3.5-hour layover in one of the airports, and
Right.
I might lose my mind.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
he on 1 nap a day? Of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So
but
when
we have
is
to
that?
leave. So his nap time's usually like 12 till 2, but we fly out at 6 a.m. So we're going to be up into the airport at like 4. And then I don't think we're actually on a plane between 12 and 2. So that's going to be fun.
You're gonna be like in Seattle or something.
I hope I don't get to Seattle.
Oh, well, I don't know where you're going. Yeah, right. Wait, now I'm like, geography. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully not that far west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Not as far west as Seattle.
Correct.
I learn something new every day.
There we go.
Right?
I didn't know.
I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. Never been over there.
It's cold.
Yeah, that's the reason. Nothing personal against Canadians. I'm not going
Yeah,
to
we
get
have
canceled
Canadian
this episode.
listeners.
There you go. I'm so sorry.
I got a shout
love
out, Kelly Day.
You. Okay.
Kelly Day Dash. You guys don't know her, but she's awesome.
Who's that?
She's like a cousin.
Oh, okay.
She is a cousin, not like a cousin.
She's like
Kind of a cousin, maybe not.
Yeah, we're related.
Nice.
Yeah.
And she listens?
She does.
Oh.
Yeah.
What does she think?
I think she thinks that they're a bunch of morons.
Right.
But
Correct.
obviously
Yeah.
it brings her back, so that's good.
Accurate.
Yeah.
The ding, the ding, the ding. I just hear Trey's voice doing that ding, ding, ding thing.
Haunts us in our sleep, Trey's voice.
Okay, that's one thing really quick before I'll do my next update. I want to clarify. I do not hate James. Ryan said that last episode, which I just started listening. New listener. I know Ryan's been doing this for a year. I don't hate James. I don't know why he said that. That was very mean. If anything, I dislike James. No, I'm just kidding.
I get it.
Yeah. You're like, I get it. No, we've all known each other like 15 years now. So it's like you have your husband and then you have your husband's best friends and you're like, listen, I'm going to talk to you as frank as I talk to him. So you're going to get it if you mess with me. It's kind of like, 15 years
They
in.
deserve
or 14,
it.
whatever.
It's not
They
unwarranted
deserve
ever.
You're like, it's okay. You can hate him.
It's fine.
Sometimes I do too.
A little bit.
Yeah. My update is can't think of anything, but I think the girls are fabulous. My parents are amazing. I want to give a huge shout out to my parents. I work at Fanatics. Shout out to Fanatics, even though they do not need my endorsement at all. They're like a $70 billion company, but that's where I work. And I love my job and I'm really, really thankful I'm able to still work. And my parents watch the girls during the week. And when I'm in the office, when I'm home, they get to when I'm home, I'm like in and out of my office helping. But when I'm at work, my parents do everything. And like 2 kids is a lot of work, man-on-man defense, basically. And shout out to my dad because like my mom's the brains of the operation. We know that, obviously.
Always.
Like she's in charge. She's a helper. But like, I don't think I've ever seen my dad hold like a newborn, let alone a baby, let alone like, you know what I mean? Being so hands-on. Like he's like, oh yeah, Blake's teething. I know she's a little funky today. And he'll give me his updates. And it's so cute. I think they cry every day. Like when they started clapping and they dance now to music and they're not crawling yet, but they're close, hopefully soon. But yeah, my parents are just over the moon excited. They moved to Jacksonville to be 10 houses away from us. Ryan did not exaggerate on that part. It's 11 houses, but we'll just say 10.
We'll give it 10.
Yeah, right. And they just moved into their house like last 2 weeks. And my mom came over when I was leaving for work. It was like 8:30 in the morning. My mom walked over and she pulled out her phone and she goes, 3 minutes and 2 seconds for her to walk. I was like, Mom, I have to go to work. Don't make me cry, please. Like, that's the cutest thing ever. So I guess my update is not even about my kids, which is a little messed up, but it's about my parents, and they're amazing because obviously I'm their kid and they love me, but they unconditionally love my kids. And I know you guys feel that way about your parents and your mother-in-laws and your father-in-laws, but it's just you understand why they were so protective of you when you were little because like you get it. You're like, my heart's outside of my body.
I've said to my mom, I understand now more times in the last like year and 9 months than I did in the first 35 years of my life.
Right. Yeah. And isn't that so special?
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to be like sappy this entire episode, I promise, but sorry. But it's so freaking cool. Like the whole evolution of life and just how we all.
Yeah. Watching how much people love your child is like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Even when they're crazy.
Right. Kennedy has like 80 grandparents. And every single one of them would drop anything for her. And it's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. That's my update. Who's next?
That's so nice.
All right, I'll go.
You got this.
All right, so I have the youngest baby in the crew. So Landon will be 6 months, August 25th. So he's just turned 5 months old. He's rolled over a couple times. It takes him about like 10 minutes to do it because he has to get really frustrated to do it. It's like his arms just like fall out from under him, and then he doesn't know what to do because now his head has just like hit the mat. But it's fine. He's getting there. But he's also really chunky now too. So I understand. It's a lot of weight you got to kind of like get over. He's sitting up pretty good now. So we're thinking now we're going to start the journey of introducing foods and all that stuff, which we also have a flight in a couple weeks. And so I'm kind of wavering on maybe I should wait till we come back because then I'm not having to try and pack purees on a flight, or having to go to the store and go buy stuff. Yeah. Because I
would wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, we might try, like, the oat cereal or whatever it is where you mix it with, like, the breast milk and stuff.
If you're going to have to take milk, do the milk thing anyway. Just do one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the milk's already a lot with flying.
Yeah, which he's primarily, like, when when I'm at home, I primarily breastfeed him.
Okay.
And then he gets a bottle at night, every night. And then when I'm at work, because I work like 12 to 13 hour shifts, I feed him, breastfeed him first thing in the morning, and then he gets bottle fed all day long. So he transitions really well. He goes from like all day bottles to like all day boobs, like every other day. He does pretty good. So I'm hoping that, you know, we don't sprout any teeth in the next like couple weeks to where, you
That
know,
was a game changer.
Yeah, it was.
yeah. So I'm hoping,
it
you know, I
was.
don't get like bit on a flight. That would be great.
That was the first time I got bit. Was on a flight.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Bad omen.
I was sitting on a couch. I know exactly where I was on that couch.
It was awful.
Traumatizing.
We stopped
did bottom
breastfeeding
two?
after that.
I was gonna say, is
Yeah.
that when you stopped?
Yeah, it hurt.
Yeah.
That's kind of my plan.
It was
is-
game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I
We-
get bit, like I'm out.
We kept going till almost a year, but I also had 2 bouts of mastitis after he got teeth.
Dude, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Awful. Yeah,
Yeah.
the second the teeth came, it was game over.
Yeah. I literally breastfed once, I think, like with them both at the same time. In like the hospital, they were trying to like teach me, like the lactation consultant comes in
Yeah.
and she was like, oh, twins. Okay. And she was like excited for the challenge. And I was like, listen.
Football hold.
Yeah. Well, she like, I bought this thing on Amazon that was like a twinsy pillow that basically goes around your body and like
A
they
double
lay like
breast
that.
friend?
A double breast friend, basically.
Nice.
And I still have it because I used it twice. Because I was just alternating and then
Yeah.
pumping, but pumping was like so much work. I you guys know, I'm sure, but
It was like a full-time job.
it was gnarly. And so basically I got 4.5 months of maternity leave. And so when I went back to work, that's when I was like, okay, we're done. Like
Yeah.
I gotta, like, it was just too much because and they're big girls. They just love everything.
Yeah.
But for the solids, I would definitely agree with Megan. Definitely waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simplify.
Yeah. Make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because he's like, he sits up assisted. He's not like, you know, like I know I've seen your girls. Like
Yeah.
literally, like you could put Blake on the couch.
Yeah.
And she's just going to sit right here.
And that started, it came out of nowhere about 6 months. So
Yeah.
it was like, all of a sudden it was like they were ready
Yeah.
to, and then we just slowly introduced purees. We did purees for a while and then we went to solids. Solids is actually, in my opinion, much easier because I make 4 eggs. Like today I made 4 eggs for the girls. I cut it up in little, like, you know, like thin little steak slices. And then I put it on their high chair and they're just like happy as a clam for 20 minutes. Just, I'm not doing much other than making the food.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about the name of the app that the guys talked about?
What is that?
So there's an app that we used. I think you used it too.
Yeah, we did.
About like how to prepare the food and like how to cook the food
Per
for certain
age.
ages.
Oh,
The name of the app is Solid Starts. They could not,
Remember
for
it.
the life of them, remember the name of it. And I was like
Highly-
listening to them, and I was like, Solid Starts. I was like yelling it into the radio. But yeah, Solid Starts.
Highly
Okay.
recommend. It tells you like how to prepare their food at each age, what's recommended, if it's not recommended for that age at all, like how to cook it, just like all different things. And it's super helpful.
oh.
Okay.
Because I had no idea how to like do baby-led weaning or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Scared the crap out of me. And that was I got that from you and it was a huge help.
Your child also like inhales food.
Swallows it whole. My child's terrifying.
Peas?
Please? Yeah. She's the most polite little
Desperate.
monster there ever was.
She is so funny.
She's like a disposal. Just eats all day, every day.
well, she like when I had the strawberries and she's like running up to me and she's so desperate. Peas, peas,
Yeah.
peas. And you're like, you just ate, Kennedy. And James is like,
Forgot he was here.
she's in the room with us. Kennedy's here.
No, actually, she'd be knocking stuff over.
she already,
She
knocked
already
over-
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not allowed back up here. No, Solid Starts was great. It was like a super helpful. So whenever you're starting,
Yeah.
or even you could still use
Yeah.
that for the girls.
Yeah.
But if you're like, can they have this?
Yeah.
How do I
I
how
just-
do I prepare this? It's so helpful.
I didn't use an app. I just Googled, like, as I'm making something, I'm like, how do
How
I
do I
serve
do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
This just makes
So
it easier
yeah.
because it's one place, super
More planning.
consistent. Yeah.
I'm not a good planner, so
I'm
like, I
not
need to get better.
I'm not
at
either,
it.
so I can just go in though and just like you look up like
Yeah, you just-
pepper and it'll
Oh,
tell you
there's
how
a
to
search bar.
the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
way to cook every single type of food.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
So, what was the name again?
Solid Starts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Megan needs to correct the boys. It was Solid Stars.
Solid
Trust me, I
Start.
did.
Yeah, no, everyone should use it. Okay, I'll give my update. So Kennedy, we just got her one of those toddler towers from Prime Day, and she loves it, drags it around everywhere. If she wants to get on the counter, she just drags it to wherever on the counter she wants to be. She's learned how to like duck under and get in it. And then we bought her like kid knives and like are letting her like cut stuff, like because she can't cut herself with it. And so we put a banana out. She typically just holds the knife in one hand and then like the whole banana in the other and eats it. But she's holding the knife, so we're working on it. Emily came over the other day to get our extra camera, and she was like, my kid's like holding like a tomato and like a knife, and she's like, what is going on?
I go
Making guacamole.
right. I like your guacamole is the best,
So
by the
good.
way. I walk in, I'm like, Janie, she has a knife, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, your kid
Has a knife.
has a knife. And she's like, no, it's a kid's knife. And I go, what? You need to define that for me because I'm not sure what that means.
I keep getting targeted on TikTok for these like kids like cutting sets and stuff.
Yeah.
Turns out it works.
It does. It's great. It's 4 knives and she has her own little cutting board. And then she's so interested, and every time I'm cooking or doing something, she's like, up. So I was like, I need to involve her in the kitchen. I've also read that it like helps them stay interested in food. So if like they're helping prepare it and stuff, they're more likely to eat it and try it. So I don't know how factual that is, but
Makes sense.
It seems like a good idea. So if you involve them in what you're doing instead of having to chase them around the house while you cook, it's so much easier. So it's been really fun. She loves it. We got the same one you did.
Yeah, I've just started to try to crawl over the side of it now onto other chairs. So,
Oh, Lord.
That's fun.
yeah.
Well, you have high chairs too, like your
Sure do.
stool,
Bar height.
bar height. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's also probably like a hazard
Yeah.
that it's so high.
If
for
he
him.
doesn't have a bruise on like this one or the other sides of his forehead, he didn't do anything that week.
It's been a good week.
Yeah.
It's or a bad week. Whoever you ask.
Exactly.
He's pissed.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't get bit, I'd take a bruise over a bite any day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can I ask? Because, like, okay, so your kids go to daycare, and we talk about this. I know that the boys talk about this all the time. But, like, I cannot get over the fact, and I know it's a liability thing. Like, my brain understands it. But, like, the fact that you don't get told who bit your kid, I would be breaking down doors. And I know, like,
That's so that we don't break down doors.
got it. So it's protecting children against people like me. Love it. I just don't understand that. And I feel like maybe you would be friends with the mom and be like, hey, did Arthur bit Ivy? Or like talk them through it. Like, I don't really mean breaking down doors.
But it's also like not really my place to tell somebody else how to raise their kids.
Oh,
So
totally.
That's like, I don't know how to deal with that. Like we had a teacher parent meeting, and I was like, all I wanted to know is like, what are you doing to help protect my child? And so they like went through like all these things that they're doing, and I don't really care what kid it is. It could be 10 different kids. I just don't want my kid to get bit.
Yeah, because I feel like where I would be like concerned is on the caregiver side. Okay, what are you like? Who's watching my kid when this happens? Like, are you just letting somebody gnaw on my kid's arm for 20 minutes and you're like playing on your phone, watching TikToks? Like,
like
what
what's
are you doing?
Yeah.
And how are you going to prevent it from happening? Like,
It is.
Yeah, they have this whole like system that obviously is not foolproof, but
clearly.
Yeah.
they're also like in the toddler group, they're also like a 1-to-6 ratio. So like 6 kids to 1 adult. I can hardly watch 1 kid. I don't know how they watch 6 kids.
I mean, we just saw 3 boys with 2 kids upstairs,
And
and,
they were
it was not
Kennedy
working.
was a little tornado of destruction, and not one
yeah,
of them
there
was
might be a divot in the TV over there from
They're like, what do we do? It's like, what? No, I agree with you. The 6 to 1, like if that's the toddler. So I know when they're really young, it's like 4 to 1.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
like, can you imagine taking care of 4 newborns? Like, I had half that, and I was like,
No.
where is the exit? What
Now
do I
that-
do?
Now that I have gone through like, the newborn stage, and I'm in the middle of kind of just like, I guess, baby stage, I don't know how the fuck you did it.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Yeah, a lot of help.
Yeah, like I mean, because
hard.
I was calling whenever Jamie went back to work. I was SOSing my mom, and I
Yeah.
only had 1.
Right.
So I just like can't even imagine.
Honestly, and like I go back to my update. That is why like I'm so thoroughly impressed with my father. It's like insane. Like my mom, I knew my mom was gonna be great. Of course, like
it's
she's,
like dad. It's like
I'm
you
like,
never know.
Oh,
you
and
know?
he's like I said, like so much help is obviously you need a village. And like once we knew it was twins, because we did IVF, so we knew it was twins early on. It was like, okay, what are we going to do as the collective whole? Like it wasn't just me and Ryan on an island, which is so amazing, obviously. But yeah, no, I don't remember. Someone recently was like, oh, remember in Christmas we did this? And I go, I don't remember November, December. little bit of January. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember December, we went to go the Night of Lights in Jack's Beach. Other than that, couldn't tell you what I did any of those days. Like I look back at pictures and I'm like, first off, wow, I look very interesting. Second off, like who are those aliens?
You're just surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's just surviving.
Yeah.
But then eventually it gets to like where you don't really remember, and like now I'm like, oh, I could do it again.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I'm
that's why people end up with like multiple kids.
Yeah, because you forget, like, it's almost like it was like an out of body experience.
That's
like,
so true.
You're just not there. You're literally surviving.
Right. Yeah.
I remember asking people like, oh, when did your kid sleep through the night? When did they first sit up? When did they say mom for the first time? And when I was in it, I was like, I'm never going to forget this. It was 6 months he did this. I don't have a clue. I have no idea when he did anything anymore.
Yeah.
He just exists now.
Yeah.
I love him to
baby
death.
books?
He's just there.
No, I didn't do that because I'm not organized
I
enough.
bought one.
Yeah? Did you do it?
I think I wrote her name in it.
Oh my
I'll say I think I have one, and I think it's still in the package.
I even bought a simple one. She was probably like 8 months old when I bought it. I was like, this
her
one's
first
so
birthday.
simple. It was just one little page for each. It was great. And now I look back and I'm like, I don't remember what she did this month. I don't remember what she did this month.
Yeah.
My baby book is my phone.
Right, yeah.
Ivy and I
It's
will
just
sit
different.
before he goes to bed at night and just like scroll through pictures. And
Yeah.
he just like giggles and points to himself and points to his grandma, points to his grandpa.
That's so
like
special.
That is our baby book.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I agree with
that.
that.
That's a good call, because I've always felt like a terrible mom for like not having a baby book, not having these memories for my kid to look back at. But I didn't look at my baby book,
Right.
So
Yeah, and the generation before us did it so different. My mom was like, "You're not going to do a baby book," or like I think my mother-in-law like as well. We're like, "Oh, we could do this and we could plan this out." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Listen, I haven't
could
taken a shower in 3
barely-
days. I
Yeah.
don't care about a
You
book."
can do it.
I could barely do the
You would
monthly
like to do it.
photos.
Say it again?
I could barely do the monthly photos.
I didn't do monthly photos.
I did.
I did it until she was 12 months old. I think we did it like a month later.
Yeah.
Like I was like, we only had one more and we couldn't manage that.
Yeah.
But and it was like a whole production.
Yeah.
Like both of us involved. Like the second she started rolling, it was.
Oh yeah, I'm like
When
a
he-
couple days late every single
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
The blanket's hard. I had the blanket too. And like
Yeah.
the second they're mobile.
Yeah, Ivy was like, I think a month old, and I thought to myself, oh, I should do the monthly photos. Too late.
Yeah. But like you said, your phone is the baby book. Like
Yeah.
you will look at through your
Yeah,
phone.
like
You
you-
can look at December.
Oh, yeah.
When I think it was my mother-in-law who was like, "What did we do in December?" I went on my
I gotta
phone,
look
typed
back.
in December, and
And
this,
you're
it
like, here it
shows me what I did, how small they were, how big I was, and then what life was like. And I don't.
And they have, I don't know what company, like Shutterfly or whatever it is, that you can like go get. You can just send in all the pictures and like they basically just make that.
There's some
for you.
subscription that you can do now also that does like monthly or yearly
Like
photo
books.
books.
Oh, I've seen those
I have
book
a friend
things.
who did it and actually loves it.
Yeah.
And I'll have to ask her where she got it
Yeah.
because it's such a good idea. But then I'm like, so Kennedy has a book that my mother-in-law made her for Christmas, and she like designed it herself, and it's a book that says "Who Loves Kennedy?" and then it's her and a picture of everyone in the family individually saying like, Grumpy loves Kennedy, like Gigi loves Kennedy, Mom and Dad love Kennedy, and like
That's adorable.
Charlie loves Kennedy. And then
Aw.
she gets to
Charlie.
look at that book and she like can point out the people in her life that like
Yeah.
are in that book. And it's a really cool like just book to have.
Sentimental.
Yeah, and
Also-
she can play with it.
Also, we need to point out that Charlie is their dog, and he gets
Loves
his own
Kennedy.
page. He gets his own page.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's a
course.
picture of them touching tongues
The first thing your kid did when she walked into my house today was try to kiss my dog.
on the lips.
She was like, "Mwah."
Yes.
Yeah, Pitch
Pitchy
was,
was
not
like,
having it.
My child loves dogs. Our dog loves my child. They were both put on this earth
for each other.
for each other. Like
Aw.
it's my child's gonna get bit by a dog one day though, because
Might be my dog.
It might be my dog.
we have to be extremely careful with her and other dogs because she's so comfortable.
Right.
So it's great having that dog at home that we're still very cautious with him, but we know like you can stick your hand in his mouth. He's not gonna bite her.
Right.
But he's a dog.
He's still a
So you
dog,
still have
yeah.
to like monitor the situation, but like it would be something insane to happen
Right.
for him to do it. But other dogs are not as
No.
understanding of a child like pulling themselves up by their hair.
Yeah.
Like my dog was like, do it again.
Yeah.
Most dogs would be like, I'm going to rip your head off.
Right. I feel like Rocket and Luna are similar vibes. Like, like,
do too.
hi, check them out, sniff them. If something happens, I'll come check it out. But like most of the time, fuck off. Like I don't really care.
I'm going to monitor from afar.
Right. Like almost like cat vibes, which I don't like cats, but somehow Luna is a cat.
Right.
Like, but
get
she's in a
that.
dog body.
The cat vibes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like she'll like if someone cries, me or the babies, she will like run up and be like, "What's wrong?" And then like
Yeah.
and then she's almost like a terrible therapist that she's like, "What's wrong?" And then you tell her what's wrong, and she's like, "Yeah, fuck off. I'm gonna go. I'm
so
gonna go over
you
here."
are good. You're
Yeah.
being dramatic.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm going to go.
Yeah. The answer is
See,
always dramatic.
My dog's like doofy golden retriever, like just not a care in the world. He just wants to be part of it. Like if another child comes to our house, like we have to lock him in the room if they're not comfortable around dogs. 'Cause
Right.
He'll just lick their face. He wants to be right there.
Right.
Like if you're holding the baby in the chair, the dog's also in the chair.
Right. I want my girls to experience that though because we have the opposite.
Bring 'em
I would-
over.
Yeah,
And
I would
when,
like that.
Like
Yeah, Pitch has been on the podcast before, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she humped. Who was it? Robo's leg.
had to have been.
Pretty
Like, she
humpable.
loves Robo.
Yeah.
pretty humpable.
Yeah.
Not by me, but
I'm just afraid of the day when she tries to hump a child.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
it's probably going to be your child.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that makes it worse though.
You're like, well,
They're
she
basically
has-
related.
Yeah, you're like, well, she has feelings, but those feelings are bad.
Right.
Enjoy that combo.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get into the dad and ratings?
Yeah.
Okay, so from my understanding of this piece of paper that says dad and ratings, I'm guessing we're supposed to go over how they rated themselves as dads and say if we agree or disagree
Yeah.
or if we'd give them a higher score or a lower score. I will preface mine with saying I helped him on his initial one. So I already kind of lowered some of his scores. But it's been months since they did this.
You need an update.
So I can update the scores.
100%.
So did each individual dad rank themselves?
I believe
That's
so.
my understanding of
That's
it.
rigged.
Thank
Like,
you.
What?
It makes no sense. I
I'm
think
just
they
like-
should have rated each other or
Yeah.
something. Or
Yeah.
let us do the rating.
I'm reading the analysis for Trey, and it
Right.
says Trey's the number 1 ranked dad vice dad.
So Ryan told me, I was like, that's bullshit. Like Trey did this. And he goes, well, we added it up, but you know who added it? Trey. And I was like, oh, so Trey's number 1? He goes, yeah, I mean, it's his computer. It's his house. We're doing it here.
Yeah. So I agree with a lot of the dad and his ratings or core attributes or whatever you call them.
Right.
His dad jokes, they suck. So yeah, obviously they're good dad
There you
jokes.
go.
Points, I don't know what point, like that points is like the point system, right?
Right.
Like he claims he has 90.
So like basically he does good things and he gets good things.
He does do good things, but you can definitely tell they're premeditated at times. Like, hey, the guys are coming over, so I made dinner for you.
Right.
You're like, oh
my
well,
gosh.
thanks. I'm going to eat it anyway.
Nothing makes
Right.
me more
But okay.
mad.
I agree. I would just like a natural, not looking for
Natural.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
And then bedtime, he was ranked at 79. I would definitely lower that now. No fault to his own, his
Yeah.
own. Like, but Ivy and I, we're back on the routine. We were off for a couple weeks, but we are back on the routine. I am responsible for bedtime. I'm responsible for nap time. So
Well,
he cannot be a 79 on bedtime anymore.
How does that work though? Because you are a vet and you are sometimes
So
you're an emergency
most-
vet.
Yeah. So most nights I do make it home for bedtime.
Oh,
Not
okay.
every night, but most nights. So when I'm not home, yeah, he's on. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But most nights, like we do bath time, we get him dressed. Trey says good night and walks out the door.
Right.
But I mean, I enjoy that time because sometimes that's the only time I get with him in the evenings. So it's my fault that his bedtime rating is down.
What a mom answer. It's my fault.
Right.
I know. What you mean.
But that's a legitimate
Yeah,
one.
that's legit.
That's a legit
Yeah, I
one.
see him for 15 minutes in the morning before school, and then Trey takes him to school.
Right.
And so in the evenings, the only time I get with him sometimes is bedtime.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. Like, sorry, Trey.
So in the core attributes, he should have added driving to school because then he would get 100.
Daycare duty.
Daycare duty. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daycare delivery duty.
Delivery.
Triple D.
and dropping off
It's like a
is-
Jimmy John's.
dropping off is hard. Dropping off is
Ivy's been so good apparently at drop off lately though, because it's breakfast time when he gets there.
Oh, heck yeah.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Same
So he's
with
like,
Kennedy.
bye, Dad. I'm eating my Cheerios.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
blame
drop
him.
her off and Kennedy will be like, oh, the Miss Donna who watches her is like, do you want some breakfast? And she like squeals and like runs in. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, bye. And she goes, bye.
Oh,
And then sometimes she shuts the door on me.
Oh,
girls are going to be fun.
They're so fun.
I love girl like but
Girl
like
gang
I
all
love the
day.
girl gang, but it's also like I was an ass,
Attitude.
so I'm gonna get it back
Yeah,
twofold. And
100%.
it sounds like you're maybe already getting it.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's so fun. She
Yeah.
tells me to stop.
Well, somebody today made a comment about how much she talks,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I was like, James,
yeah, that's true.
Have you met her father?
Have you met her
Right.
father?
Like he doesn't
so
stop.
you're gonna get a talkative, a little bit cranky sometimes, little girl.
I have an extrovert husband, an extrovert child, and then I am my introvert self, just sitting in the corner. Who's like, I hung out with people for an hour today. I need 4 hours to recover.
I'm gonna have
Right.
to take a nap after this for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like
but she'll be
exhaustion.
tall, so you
She'll be
know.
tall.
Yeah,
that's
she
all
has
that
going.
matters.
She got that from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna hope Ivy doesn't get my height.
That's a good hope. Oh, poor guy. He's already huge. He's not gonna be tiny.
Yeah, he'll be a tall
Yeah.
kid. All right, what else we got on this list?
A morale of 79, giving him, I don't know what that means. Hunger level, yes. Yep. I
The
agree.
hunger level is just yes.
Veteran dad, I mean, in comparison, for sure. Dad bod, he's been working on that. I don't know. Might be a little higher now.
Like positive or negative?
That depends on how you interpret
Right,
that,
that's what I-
honestly. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all that really matters.
Listen, we all
appreciated that.
likes.
I hated
Yikes.
that
Oh.
so
So
much.
cringy.
Okay, every time the audio has come on, Janie has said, "Ew, hate that."
I do. I need to know though. I need to know just so anyone knows. I don't know if we're supposed to tell this secret, but Cardwell is literally like laying on the other side of this couch pressing buttons. Which is I forgot he was there for a minute.
This is the
Yeah.
test to see how good the like screen swap back and forth
Right.
goes, and then sound bites.
Well, because
Right.
Lord knows we were not going to learn how to do that.
0%
I-
chance.
I was told that you were going to learn how to do
Oh,
it. Because,
yeah,
because
sure.
because Jamie did it. So I mean,
So
they're
you had to
blanky
learn in
bros,
2
so-
minutes.
I would literally be just hitting the button every 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Go naked grandma, naked grandma, naked grandma.
I need to know, did he just click a soundbite or was that his actual voice? Because it sounded
No, he
just like
clicked
him.
a soundbite.
Okay. I don't
He
listen
better
to
not
the
be
pods,
using
so
the
I don't know.
microphone.
That'd be so weird.
It might be his
It's-
actual voice that he made into a soundbite.
Yeah.
Can we get confirmation on that?
Emotional damage.
Okay, that's
So
not you.
not today.
I hated it again.
I hate it.
Let's get to Ryan Roberson
Oh,
and
Lord.
his dad
Oh,
ratings.
look at that picture.
Okay. Also, yeah, I was in that picture. I think I'm cropped out, obviously, unless that's my body. He's the number 2 ranked dad vice dad based on overall ranking, putting him in the top 50. Okay. So, this is a long time ago because this is, sorry, I'm not talking to the mic and someone would yell at me. The IHOP is his first core attribute, and we ordered the shit out of IHOP when the girls were really, really little. And it is true, the story he told about, like, he got, like, it was like, I don't know what it's called. It was like the egg passion scrambler, and he ordered it himself. It was like the one time Blake woke up and Riley didn't wake up, and he let me sleep. But then I woke up after sleeping 3 hours, and he had ate a whole platter of food for 2 people, and I was so pissed. Like, it was so. I guess he gets a 99, but he's been working on it. He's been doing the keto diet. I know Trey had done it and James had done it as well. He was doing that. I think that's not happening anymore. I'm not really sure what's happening. So IHOP, sure, we'll give him 99. I want to say the injury is 100. He is always hurt. He's made out of glass. I've made that joke since we met in 2011 or 12.
Yeah, how did he rank himself at a 70?
I think that they threw that in there just to mess with him, but
Okay.
he is made out of glass. Like, he was hurt every 10 minutes, like in college. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I would go to a baseball game and then he'd be like, "Oh, I separated my shoulder." And I was like, "What? Why?
Hasn't he
How?"
gotten hurt like 5 times since the girls have been born?
Oh, yeah.
His ankle.
One was not his fault. He was hit by some crazy lady in a car accident. And I didn't call it a fender bender. They also said I called it a fender bender. I did not minimize it. But I also was like, okay, but we got to keep going with life.
We're okay.
We're okay. You're okay. Your dad.
Walk it off. You're fine.
Your dad bod's fine.
Yeah.
I'd give him 100 and the injury. Bedtime, I don't know why it says 60. I would have to know the backstory. I would give him 100. He is a phenomenal. First off, nighttime wakings, he's better than I am. In all actuality, he really did a lot more when they were really, really little. And then now they both sleep through the night, so we don't really have anything for nighttime wakings. But bedtime, I take care of one kid, he takes care of one kid. It's not, we don't have an option for who goes back and forth. I'm sure as the girls get older, it'll be harder. Like you were saying, like I think Trey was saying and the last time the boys were here for Dadvice was like, oh, Ivy's now on this kick where he only
Mama,
he o-
Mom,
exactly
Mama.
he only calls Mama.
Yeah,
My
it's
girls
like
aren't there.
Stewie from Family Guy.
That's so funny. That's what I always imagine when the girls are yelling. They are saying Mama. They're not saying Dada, but they also go Eem, and it sounds like M.
Yeah.
So Ryan will repeat it, and then he says, "They're calling you," and I'm like, "They're calling my first name? You think that they know my first name?"
They have attitude already.
Isn't that great though that they know your first name and your mom name before they know his name? Doesn't that make
that
you
means
feel
you're
kind of
killing
good?
it.
You said it, not me.
Yes,
You
I
said
do.
it, not me. No, I really would give him 100 on that, I guess. Sports betting, I would give him one, like rock. I don't know. The point system is rock. He has 0 points. He can never do anything.
That's what I heard, that he doesn't get points because there's 2 of them.
It's
I feel
really
like that's
hard.
what I heard.
The point, it's not that he doesn't have points. It's that the points are so hard to accrue that he will never have points. Like, it's unfortunate because we do have 2. Not unfortunate because there's 2.
It's
We love
unfortunate
them.
for him because he has no points to cash in.
We can
It's
have
hard
a,
to cash in those points even if you had them.
I
though,
think that-
too,
yeah.
right. We can have a social life in 5 years. Like, that's like, it's just
Yeah.
not the season of life that we're in. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe Ryan was like, yeah, you go do the podcast. I'll watch the girls for 2 hours, like 3 hours or whatever. This is, you know,
in the
whole
middle
thing.
of the day, not just like after bedtime. This
Right.
is
Yeah,
middle of
like
the day.
midday.
I agree. I was kind of surprised we didn't do it after the kids all went to bed.
We
But
didn't do that
That's
because
when
I
go
go
to
to
bed.
bed when the kids go
oh
to
no,
bed.
nighttime I get 100. I go to bed at 7:30. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a personality is tired and dad type is new dad. Obviously, we'd update that and say he's not a new dad anymore. But
yeah.
yeah, I'd say they're all pretty good. Multitasking, I'd give him 100 actually because there's so many times when there's 17 things going on and off in my house, like the microwave, the oven, you know what I mean, just everything, and I get overstimulated very quickly. And he always stays calm. Like, he's pretty good at like not letting the minutia of life like interrupt his attitude. So I thought we were here to talk shit, and I'm saying all nice things.
I know. Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
We're going to get to it on this list, I think.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I don't get it.
Adam Sandler, great. I don't remember what movie, but Adam Sandler.
Perfect.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Here is my husband. Okay, it looks like Abs is ranked number 3. I don't know. The bottom 50% of Dad Vice dads. It depends on the day. Fun Dad, he gave himself a 92%. Honestly, I'd probably give him a 99. He is 100% the fun dad. We always knew. I think everyone here knows he's the fun parent. He is just like, no rules, let's do whatever. Like, have a good time. Beer drinking, 99. Can't argue with that.
Is there a reason that it doesn't say 100?
I was giving 100s. I thought didn't.
Yeah, I
think
don't
about
know
that.
why it's not 100 because the beer
only
stick is
time-
his jam.
The
Yeah.
only time I ever saw him turn down a drink, I think, was like the day before Kennedy was born because you were going to divorce him if he drank when you were about to give birth.
Oh no, he drank.
Oh, well, he turned it down in front of me.
The morning I went into labor, we go to get in the car. He had been the night before I went into labor. I was home by myself. I ate like 3 bowls of ice cream, laid on the couch. It was glorious. I'm pretty sure that's why I went into labor because I was so relaxed. And he went to a baseball game. You guys might have all been there. I
think so.
I had no interest.
Yeah.
I go into labor and he goes, "Oh, we shotgunned some beers at the game last night, and they're in the bed of the truck." So, leaning against the car, having contractions, 2 minutes apart, my husband was cleaning out beer cans out of the back of the car.
But you made it to the hospital.
But I made it to the
And
hospital.
that's on brand.
It's on brand,
it's on
honestly.
his brand.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have expected anything different.
Right.
At least I wasn't there, so.
Yeah. Wait, can you really quickly explain the thing that you told him, like however many weeks pregnant you were, was the amount of beers he was allowed to have, but it was going backwards?
Yeah, no, I think he made that up.
Oh, I thought he told me you did that.
No, that was not a rule. I asked him once I hit like 2 months out. I was so like nervous to have the baby early or something to happen. I'd seen this TikTok of this girl who went into labor like really early in the morning, like the day after the 4th of July, and her husband was wasted.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
so like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like watching myself in a
Right.
few months. So I panicked. And so I was like, you can't drink after the new year. Like, I need you to stay sober. Like, I'm terrified that I'm gonna have to drive myself to the hospital because you drank, Jacksonville out of Bud Lights. So like, I was terrified for that. But he was fine. He got us to the hospital nice and safe. He was perfectly fine. But it was very on brand for us. Marry a man like me, Dad.
I think you're supposed to say it in an Irish or Scottish accent.
Hate that. I don't
He
know.
was big on not having Kennedy marry someone like him.
See, that's a hard one because he's a great husband. I'd marry him again.
Oh, gross.
But
Yeah, where's the soundbite? Soundbite.
Soundbite.
what are you even doing here?
Yo,
What are you doing?
Yeah.
That's actually James.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Yolks
Yolks
was
was
selling.
selling.
Yolks
Yeah.
was selling.
Hated it. Karaoke, I'd give him 100. If you could have 100.
I think we all would.
I agree.
This man loves some
Yeah.
karaoke from the day I met him.
Yeah.
He actually told me last weekend that we went to like a 90s acapella, all men's acapella group concert on Friday. 10 out of 10. It was great. And he wanted to try out. So 100%. Listening 42, I'd probably bump that down to like a 20.
Yikes.
It's really hard to listen when all you do is talk.
Yes, he does not stop talking. And then when he does stop talking, he's on his phone and he doesn't listen. So I am constantly just repeating myself.
And we're opening it up to put
Here we go.
down.
Boom roasted.
I think he would agree. He gives himself a 20. Bedtime, I'd bump him up maybe to like a 95. We take turns doing bedtime. I probably I do bath time more and stuff like that, but he puts her down for bed, and bedtime with her is it's pretty easy. She's pretty chill about bedtime.
Aw.
You can just put her in her crib and she's just happy, and I think she likes her crib.
Like awake?
Yeah.
Okay.
That took us a very long time to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I can put her down, and we have conversations while I'm leaving the room, and she will not cry.
You just posted
Ivy
a
was
video.
like that for a long
Yeah,
time too.
she'll say I love you. She'll say night night, and then she's standing up and you shut the door and she'll just lay down and go to sleep. She might whine for a little bit,
Right.
But this is a year in the making.
Yeah.
We started sleep training, I guess you could, a very mix of different things, and we started letting her cry it out and stuff at about 6 months, and then because that's when I was comfortable doing it, and then. If we had another kid, I'd definitely do it a little earlier.
We had a great bedtime routine for a long time, and then it went out the window. And now he stands in his crib and goes and points at the ground, and he's just waiting for me to lay down
Yeah.
until he falls asleep. And I was like, dude, my back's not good enough for this.
Can't do this.
Oh,
You
you're
need to bring,
laying on the
little
ground.
Me
mattress.
laying on the ground.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Oh, I thought you're saying he's saying I want to get out.
No,
He's like,
he
you
wants
lay
to be in
down.
his crib. He wants me to lay on the ground.
You got to get one of those Japanese style mattresses on the ground.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but I don't want to.
No, I know. You don't want
I
to
don't
encourage
wanna
the
lay
bad
on the
behavior.
Right.
Yeah. Lower back, I'd probably give that a 50. He throws his back out all the time. All the time. And then he can't do anything because his back's thrown out. Dad jokes, they're bad. So
I guess that's good.
maybe he gets it higher
I would say.
because he has a dad joke calendar. One
Oh.
for every single day. Oh my gosh, I should not be allowed to do stuff.
Ew, hated that.
And he reads me the dad jokes every single day, and it's so annoying. And he thinks they're so funny.
Oh, it's daily? It
It's
gives
a
new one?
daily for an entire year. I don't know who gave him that for a present, but shout out to you because he reads them every day. Diaper.
I think you need
50.
to do some math here. How many dirty diapers a day are there compared to just wet diapers? Because we know he's not touching a dirty diaper.
No, even if it's a wet diaper though, 9 times out of 10 I'm changing it. I'll be in the morning. I'll be like, oh, okay, go ahead and change your diaper, and he's like, no, and I'm like, what if I said no? And he's like,
no.
oh, then her diaper will just be dirty, and I'm like, that's
So he's
okay.
he's playing chicken. He's like, I won't do it. Will you do it? And you're like, I won't do Okay, I'll do it.
Every time. Every time. We did it we played chicken this morning, and I took her to her room, and I started taking her pajamas off, and then he walked in and did it. But he's gonna push it as far as possible.
Of course.
But we all know that's James.
Right.
He can change if the act of changing a diaper he can change a diaper just fine.
Right.
He took her and changed a poopy diaper as soon as
Yeah,
he
today.
got
You
here
missed
today.
the argument
Oh, I
before you
did.
opened the front
Yeah,
door.
I did.
Holy
miss
that's
that.
hilarious.
About that. But if it's a really bad one or a really stinky one, he will act like he's throwing up outside the door the whole time. And I'm like, can you at least just go somewhere
Good
else?
news, there's a trash can right next to the changing table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like
It's like everybody poops.
Yeah, I mean,
it always
they're
stinks.
really
It doesn't matter who
stinky.
you
You
are.
don't think your poop smells as bad as Kennedy's poop, James?
Right.
Yeah,
I
do you
could
throw
get-
up
have
when
you-
you're on the toilet? Like,
Yes.
you do not.
Yeah.
But the worst is he won't help, but then he'll literally stand outside the door and like make like throw up sounds.
Which makes it worse for
Sometimes
you.
that's
If you're not
worse,
going to help,
yeah.
go like wash some dishes
Yeah.
in the kitchen
I'm like,
or something.
I'm like, just go out.
Be productive.
Speaking
Just
of
go somewhere.
chores,
That's an accurate rating.
Oh, yeah?
Now, I will say, if I have a list, he knows before we go on trips, before people come over, like, I just need our house to be picked up. It makes me feel better. I
Totally.
feel like less anxiety. And so he says, give me a list. What can I do? But like prompted chores, no. But I knew that before we got married.
Right.
So that's kind of my fault. I can't even fault him for it.
You already said you'd
He is
remarry
who he
him.
is. I mean, Trey and Ryan lived with him at the beach house, and he would
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, the
And
house is so
Cardwell.
clean,"
Yeah.
and Cardwell, and he'd be like, "Oh, the house is so clean. Oh, we got new. I've never had to buy toilet paper. We just always have paper towels." And they're like,
Yeah,
"How
when
do you
I-
think?"
You have a toilet paper
when
fairy.
I first started
Yeah.
dating Trey, he every night before he went to bed would load the dishwasher.
James did not.
That's not a thing anymore.
Oh, he tricked you. He lied.
Yeah.
He faked it.
He also wore a hat for our first 3 dates, and then when he took his hat off, he had a ponytail.
Oh my God, I forgot about his long hair.
Yeah.
That was like a whole thing.
I was already
hiding
hooked,
that.
and
Yeah,
then he
he
took
was
his
hiding
hat
that.
off.
When you met
and then
him,
he took
had
his
that-
hat off.
You were like, oh, it's okay. Oh, Lord.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I forgot.
Yeah.
He had the long hair. That was like
Yeah.
the Mulan.
The like
He had,
undercut
little-
ponytail thing.
It was such a interesting haircut for such a serious person like Trey, and like serious in business world and everything. Like, and he's a very smart individual. Don't tell him I said that. Like,
We won't.
His hair just didn't match. And I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, good God.
And he
dude.
kept it for a while.
It was a-
Yeah, I think he went home for Christmas. Like we started dating like September, October. He went home for Christmas and came back with a nice haircut.
Right.
Okay,
good.
Once he saw the grays come in, he was like, okay, I can't have a gray ponytail.
He had those like gray, like he has that spot on the top of his head. It's been there since he was in like high school.
Oh,
apparently.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But he's
early.
definitely a little bit more salt and pepper.
Yeah,
now.
definitely
Yeah.
now. They're all getting salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Ryan gets excited when he finds them. He's like,
Oh my gosh, James's entire beard is red and gray.
he's been gray for a while too.
He's
I
been
feel
gray
like.
for a while. It started when he started teaching.
That'll do it.
For sure.
Yeah, and damn
That'll
kids.
do it.
What's that quote, Tiff?
Fuck them kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do we need to tell that story?
I was setting you
Oh,
up.
That was-
Jameson Cardwell.
Oh
I
my
swear
gosh.
fucking
That
God.
was rough.
Okay, so we are all at City Walk, right? Some of
Yeah,
y'all
Universal,
went to,
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
we went to. Me and Jamie had been at Epcot all day, so let me preface for that. And we had no child at this point, so we
Pre-child.
yeah we
Pre-pregnancy.
yes,
Yeah,
all,
there you go.
pre-marriage,
all of us
all
at
of
that
us.
Pre-marriage,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, none of us.
So I think was it your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was your birthday.
Yeah.
We were eating at that sushi restaurant at City Walk. So we met you guys there.
was
We
delicious.
had drank around the world all day. We were litty titty for sure.
Yep.
Feeling great. And our friend, why am I blanking on her?
Kayla.
Kayla.
It was Kayla. Kayla was pregnant, right?
Kayla.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Kayla. Yeah, it was Kayla.
And she was like pretty far
She was
along.
like
by
now-
5 or 6
Oh,
months,
full,
I think. Yeah.
full bowling ball.
Like she had
For
a
sure.
belly.
Totally.
Yeah.
And we come in, and I don't know, he's saying hi to Westwood, which is her husband, and he just literally flicks her belly and goes, "Fuck them kids, am I right?" And we were all like, of everyone in the friend
Oh.
group, why? Why Kayla?
She could have
Why?
killed him with her eyes.
He later stole her Flonase and pretended to put it up his butt.
Oh, I
he
forgot
did
about
stick
that.
it in his pants. It went in his pants.
I forgot about
Okay,
that.
again, Jamie's behind the couch.
It was not a good time.
Oh, he's probably proud of the whole interaction. There's no way he's
Do you know how hard
embarrassed
it is for
about
him to
it.
keep his mouth shut right now?
I know,
He just
I
wants
know.
to say
Do
something.
you know how?
I'm sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's him. Yep.
he's so happy that this story got brought up out of all the stories that we have for the last 15
we'll never
years.
forget.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It was rough times.
That was before kids. We didn't understand. Now looking back, I'm like, Kayla, you went to Universal 8 months pregnant? That's fucking crazy. I didn't leave my couch.
Yeah,
when
you
I was
weren't
8 months.
catching me there.
We went when I
Absolutely
was
not.
7 months pregnant, and I had a great time. Like it was a family
Right.
trip. It was so much fun, but I was like, oh my God, I have to go back to
Right.
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
exhausting.
you
I
can't
feel
catch
like
me.
once you get past 6 months, you're like, okay, like I'm gonna be a couch
I'm
potato
done.
Right.
now because this is not it. You're not doing activities. You're not,
Yeah.
especially at night. Because at night I was always like more bloated and just more. Everything was just heavier.
Yeah.
at night.
It was like you got hit by a train by the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm done.
Yeah.
James would have to physically get me out of bed to eat dinner.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't.
Right.
I couldn't get out of bed. I was so
Yeah.
tired after work. And I worked from home and like exhausted.
Did you work from home the whole pregnancy, or it was
I was actually in the office. Baptist was in the middle of a big change with our EMR system. So like where all the patient care stuff was, like they were changing.
I think I remember
So
that.
I was like 7 weeks pregnant. We worked like it was a Saturday and Sunday. We had to come in after working a whole week. We worked like 10 hours Saturday, 10 hours Sunday. I was on my feet. It was super stressful. I just remember feeling awful. And then in the midst of all that, we had 9 new employees that I had to physically be in the office to like train and like just make sure everything was going right.
Right.
And so I wasn't going to like be at home and then like them be in the office.
Right.
So I was in office during like my whole first trimester. And then once we got them trained and sent home, then I got to work from home in like my last like month or two. Cause like I didn't even like driving at that point. I was uncomfortable. I kept having to get up to go to the bathroom.
No, yeah.
None of my clothes fit.
No.
I would literally wear jeans to work and be like, send me home. I think I can't do it. But my boss was like so supportive and was just like don't commit. Like just work from home.
That's amazing.
Oh, I wish.
It was
Right?
yeah, I was very lucky with like she was very supportive of me and just be like, don't stress yourself out, like it's okay. And then leading up to I was supposed to be induced, leading up to my induction date, it was kind of nice because like it was like she stopped including me on emails and like
So nice.
wrapped everything up and like excluded me from everything. So like I just had to finish kind of what was on my plate and then nothing else. And then I went into labor.
I feel like that's the
day
difference between
after.
like our jobs are like administrative and like on the computer and you can do stuff. It's like you're actually in the medical field. You have to be there.
Physically have to
You have
be
to do
there.
surgeries and you have to be popping out pills to people. Like you gotta be there. We can makeshift it, right?
Yeah. And
Totally
I
different for
tried
you too.
to be like, I don't know. I'm one of those people like I am going to work and I'm going to say that I can work until I'm blue in the face.
Yeah.
And that's what it turned into. It was my blood pressure's up, but I feel fine.
Yeah.
I'm good. I can fill 500 prescriptions a day. Why not? And then it took literally the doctor and Jamie, because Jamie works with the doctor, literally Jamie put the note in because we have like windows in the pharmacy. He just like came by my work and slapped it on the window of it was like a doctor's note of you are not working anymore until you deliver.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
like, fuck you, dude.
Oh, good job.
Like I'm fine.
Hey,
But I was not fine. I clearly was not fine.
That's points for Jamie. Points.
I give him points.
Oh, I was
for
so
that.
mad at the time though.
Points.
We hate to give them points, but he gets points for that
That's
one.
nice.
Because
That's
I felt undermined in the
in the moment.
In the moment.
Never-
well,
I
'cause
was
it's
very
someone-
angry.
It's someone telling you what to do with
Right.
your body, and
Oh, yeah.
I would have been frustrated
But then
too.
once I got induced, they were like, "Hey, your protein in your urine was like super high. Thank God you came in when
Were
you did."
you still going to rock or no? At that point?
No, because my my amniotic fluid level was fine.
Okay.
So they like graduated me or
Right.
whatever they do.
Sorry,
So,
rock is
Rock
like
is
a
high
what
risk.
is rock?
Rock is a high risk place. I
Okay.
went my entire pregnancy because
It's-
IVF and multiples.
Cause
Yeah.
was your doctor at Baptist? So did you go like your regular OBs?
my regular OB was like
Was
on the
downtown.
11th floor and like labor and delivery on the 4th.
Downtown?
Yeah, and
downtown.
Rock is just a couple stories up.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
literally the same building.
Okay.
It's just high risk. I
I've
went,
heard
like-
of it,
yeah.
but I'm sure a lot of people in here have
It's crazy
it.
that 3 of us were there.
Yeah, totally.
Out of the 4.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great, and I'm glad I had it. Obviously, high risk. When you say that, it sounds really scary, but I was so thankful because in my head, I was so anxious. Generally, like I didn't call the twins until I got to like 20 weeks and I saw the anatomy scan, and I was like, okay, there are 2, and
They're
they both
there.
are fully functional, and they have XYZ, and I feel comfortable. Because I went to rock so often, like I went every 10 days, basically. It was so much. That's why my fridge you can't even see any
There's
of
so
this.
many like
the stain-
ultrasound pictures.
Yeah, you can't even see the stainless steel of my fridge because it's just still pictures. The other day, Ryan was like, should we take those down? I was like, do you want to fight? Like, why are you being mean?
Right? Like, these are the first pictures of our girls.
Yeah,
Why would we take them down?
Oh, you don't like your girls.
You don't like your
Were
children.
alien photos.
Oh my gosh,
we could
ours were
not get a side
terrifying.
profile if our life depended on it.
Oh, that's
All
so
he did was
scary.
stare into the camera, like with his like
with the
little
eyeballs.
beady eyeballs. Oh
It
my
was-
gosh,
We have no good ones.
Yeah.
I think I have like the like love at first sight little photo frame someone gave us, and then it's like she looks like a gummy bear.
Yeah.
Like, it was like because we only got 3 ultrasounds.
Didn't you do the 4D though?
Yeah, she wouldn't look.
Oh.
She was at like 32 weeks when we did it. She was already like in position,
Yeah,
like
our 4D
head
kinda
down.
sucked, too.
They offered us a free or for $50 to like come back and do another one. But at that point, I was like,
we went back.
She
It
was
didn't help.
Yeah,
Oh, you went-
We almost got a side profile, and the umbilical cord was like right here.
right there.
Yeah, right
She
in his
looked
face.
terrifying. We did find out she had a lot of hair, which I didn't believe them until she was
Yeah.
born, and she
Right.
actually had a lot of hair.
Her curls are perfect.
Her curls are the best.
They're so
I don't know
cute.
where they come from, but they're so cute. But yeah, we only got 3. But because she had something with her heart, or I guess technically still does, if I have another child, I have to get like a fetal ultrasound of
Yeah,
that child's
that's what we
heart.
did.
Okay.
Because I'm more likely to have another child with a heart issue, like a congenital heart defect, I
Right.
guess is what it's considered. Even though hers will never actually impact her and it's perfectly fine.
Right.
Like it won't, like it really, like we're very lucky. But like she didn't have to go back till she's 5 to check it. But it's very scary thinking of having another kid because like they could have something that we find, and then like I would be high risk, and it would be
So it's like you're predisposed, like your genetics together. Again,
more
medical field.
likely.
You guys fill us in. We're
Yeah.
like, whoa.
It's really interesting though. Like, but we have so many like. Jacksonville's a great place
Yeah.
to have children because you have any and every specialist you need like
Yeah.
at your fingertips.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I always am so thankful for that.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
amazing.
We've had to go to a couple specialists for different things, and they have like the world's best right here.
Yeah.
especially for children.
Yeah,
So-
we just went to an ophthalmologist, and apparently she's the baby star ophthalmologist. And it took 3.5 months to get in with her. And we're in the lobby, and this lady's like next to me, and her kids are both wearing glasses, and we're just chit chatting, whatever. And she goes, I said, it took 3.5 months. Like, I've noticed this one issue with Riley. One of her eyes basically doesn't move to the left. And I didn't realize what it was until we went to the ophthalmologist, and she immediately caught it. But I was talking to the lady in the lobby, and she goes, 3 months? It takes me literally like 8 months. Like, I have to plan it out a year in advance to get with this lady. So my pediatrician did a good job of like giving me a good referral. But like you said, like, apparently people fly from all over the country to come see this Dr. Duss. Shout out to Dr. Duss. I've met you once, but you were awesome.
we have all of that at our fingertips.
Right.
Like we have every pediatric specialist you possibly need. Like it gives me peace of mind, even though my child's
Totally.
like perfectly healthy. Like it gives
Just
me
in
so
case.
much peace of mind.
Yeah.
If something were to like be wrong, I'm just like, oh, we can go right downtown. and
Yeah,
have every doctor you
exactly.
need
Yeah.
in like one building.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, Tiff, we have your dad in
my
ratings that we have not gotten to yet.
Can they see the picture of, like, this picture is just,
I don't
It's
know.
something
I hope
else.
they never see this picture. I don't know. I can picture like the picture that it's from. It definitely was from a wedding somewhere, and that is a very intoxicated Jamie, probably doing like a squat twerking motion. Like I can,
Post pant rip.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
no one
Splits.
Can we just really quick talk about under traits personality wild card? That's the most accurate thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely a wild
points.
card.
Ding, 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 ding.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
We're gonna do our own.
Are you
sound
asleep
effects.
back there?
Okay, so let me see. What do we have? Injury 92. I mean, I guess he does slip a rib constantly.
Excuse me?
It's slip a rib, like his rib cage. He does, and sometimes I have to like pop it back in place. It hasn't happened in a
Are you
while.
sure that's his rib you're touching?
Right.
He slips.
Ew.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ew.
Ew, disgusting. And then like he has issues with his knees. He's constantly having like if he works out, he has to wear a knee brace. It's just old man stuff, you know.
Okay.
Right.
Like, God forbid, we golf 18 holes and now our knee hurts. So
Out of commission for
maybe
the next
just don't
3
do that. I
days.
don't
Yeah.
know. Party dad, like 1,000%. Yeah, constantly. Maybe party a little too hard, dad. There have been times where I want to just pop him right in the face.
Just pretend he's not here. Just pretend. Let it rip.
Oh, I will.
She'll say
Yeah, I
whether he's
know.
here or not. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
it's gonna happen.
They could be sitting right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably would like it more if he was facing
would,
her. She'd be like,
I want it to be like an intervention.
ah.
Put him in the chair in the corner.
Like, listen, we love you, but.
We all have like little notebooks that we've written.
Be less fun.
Yeah, exactly. Be less fun. Yeah. Yeah, like when him and James get together, it's like
It's
Too
a
much.
disaster.
it's an absolute disaster.
It's 0% chance it's going to go well.
There's probably a reason they don't hang out, just the two of them, a lot, because it would be too much. Like, I think maybe you guys secretly vetoed it already,
No,
but like
they wouldn't
They
survive.
need Trey and Ryan to be like a little bit more of like.
Yeah, but all Trey does is like, yeah, you should do that.
That's
Do it.
true.
Do
Trey
it.
is such
Yeah,
an
come on, do it.
instigator. He is the instigator.
He made me chug a beer right before I walked down the aisle, and I spilled it all in my hair. And he goes, "Oh, you're bad," and he like walked away.
But he also made a little pyramid of sand for Robo to stand on.
I know, so he can be 6 foot like me.
yeah.
Really?
Yes, he did.
One
It
time-
actually made me laugh when I walked up down the aisle, and I was like,
just saw
"Oh
this
my god,
little
you look
mound.
so
You're
tall,
so tall."
Ryan!" And he goes, "Thanks, I'm on a hill."
One time I walked into the beach house and it was just Trey and James, and I hear, stop, Janie's here.
Oh, God.
And I come up and Trey is convincing James that he can drink like, I think it was like 8 shots in 5 minutes. And so there's a bottle of like Grey Goose, and then there's just a line of shots, and James is just staring at me. And I was like, Trey wasn't drinking any shots.
Oh,
course.
no,
he
he
never
never
does.
does.
No.
Never.
No,
Yeah.
but James was drinking them. And I was like, why am I here?
Right.
Like, we had plans.
Right.
What is this?
We're going to brunch.
that beach house.
We don't brunch
was-
together.
He's not allowed to go to brunch.
We don't
I
brunch
forgot.
together.
Never
No
mind.
brunch.
He's definitely is
Yeah.
he banned from that place Hoptinger?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right, that was.
I don't think he actually is, which is shocking.
No, yeah.
But no, James and I, something about us, we don't brunch together.
Oh.
We never will.
Right.
It's
Too much fun.
It's too much. He is
The
too much
first
fun.
time I met Trey's friend group was a brunch.
Oh,
And
you
I have
stuck
a
around.
video still of Cardval on my phone, no hand shotgunning a mimosa.
I have a picture of James doing that on my phone with like deep throating it.
I'm pretty sure it's Cardwell on my
Oh,
phone.
okay.
Oh, I wouldn't
no,
be
they
surprised.
both
I'm
used to do
sure-
it.
Probably both did
I'm
it.
sure that was their
Yeah.
part. I was
Yeah.
like, "Are your teeth okay?"
It was bad. It was brunch never ended well. It just James would be like, "We only have 2 hours. How many bottles of champagne can I drink? 16. Okay." Like,
We left them downstairs with 1 bottle of champagne. That might have been a bad life choice.
That probably was bad.
yeah, we should have brought that up here.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I know. I'm done with my beer. What am I supposed to do now with my hands?
yeah, right. I have my piece of paper.
Yeah.
We're still on number 1.
Oops.
Okay.
Oh.
Keep going, Tiff.
Okay. Core 87. I'm not sure where that comes from. But is that like your actual core? Because that's non-existent.
He's crawling behind
He's crawling
the
away.
couch right now.
What are you doing?
Are we getting in trouble?
We might be getting our like
Oh, we might be
warning.
getting
He's
you a
crawling
beer,
to get you another
maybe.
beer.
Oh, that's
Wow.
nice.
Points. Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding,
ding, ding. We
ding,
don't
ding,
have
ding, ding, ding.
We don't have a dinger.
We don't have a ding.
It's fine.
Mouse dings.
So are we taking away points from core?
Oh yeah, that needs to be at like a 50 something. I mean, we're working on it. We're working
Right.
on
Yeah,
it. But
work in progress.
We're all a work in progress.
yeah.
let's see.
Oh.
Who's the Coors Light for? Is that for you?
I will not drink that. There you go.
I don't know.
A for point or for effort, right? A for
I
effort.
don't know what to do with this.
I'm a Corona galley. I won't. This is not. I'm not on a beach.
This is
somewhere.
probably making too much noise.
Oh, yeah.
But it's fine.
Maybe aim it like
At your face.
that way. Yeah.
right at the camera.
Okay, what else? We have laundry. I feel like he's pretty good at laundry. I definitely have to remind him, like, hey, there's shit in the dryer. Like,
Right.
you got to get it
Yeah.
out. Or, like, there has to be a reminder for sure.
The hardest part about laundry is folding it.
The worst.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
worst
step.
part.
We have, like, this pile of, like, our, what are they called? Dress pillows? I don't know. What are they called?
Oh,
Decorative
like,
pillows for your bed.
Pillowcases?
Throw pillows?
Yes, throw
Throw.
pillows. That's
There
what
we go.
decorative pillows.
Like a pillowcase?
I was like,
That's
oh,
decorative?
no.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm totally going to.
I'm giving you a 10 out of 10 or 100 or 99, whatever.
For the multitasking.
Multitasking.
here?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
That's okay.
I'm scared.
This is
I feel like
just
it's
a
gonna-
really nice
This is
house.
like when they open the beer can.
I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Do you
I'm
think
afraid.
Jamie shook it before he handed it to you?
Jamie, did you shake this? Okay, he shook his head no. So yeah, laundry I would move up a little bit. Diaper 65, I would drop that down a little bit. I can't open this. I'm afraid.
Give it.
I'm a weenie.
I don't
Who
want
wants
to do
it?
it.
Megan, it's your house. You do it.
Yeah, if who's
Yeah,
messing
but
up,
I
it's
don't
your
want to be
house.
responsible for breaking shit.
Okay, so
No, just hold it really tight.
Okay, you do it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't know. Oh,
You
I'll
can
hold
do
the
it.
list while you
Hey,
do it.
I think you're probably the most qualified.
okay.
I don't drink anything that pops.
it
Oh my
makes
God.
me
If
nervous.
it explodes all over me, I'm going to lose my mind.
Your blankie
You
will
have
get
a
my
you
blankie
ready?
to protect you, blankie bro.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the best sound.
did
Is
it.
anyone drinking this?
No.
I'll drink it.
Yeah. You said no? Yeah.
I said no.
Let's just refill real quick.
All right,
While
where
Tiff
am I at?
finishes
Yeah,
up.
so yeah, diapers I would drop down. But also, well, I guess maybe not because I work like 13-hour shifts, so I don't know when I'm not there. Obviously, the diapers have to be changed, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Like you don't come home with soil.
Do you think he changes one diaper a day, like right before you get home?
Right, probably. Well, he's got to at least change it once because we do bath every night, so.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, that's good enough. Okay, what else do I have on here on this list?
I don't
Oh,
have
shit.
a glass, but I'm going to go for it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
drink straight
Is
out
everyone
of
okay
it.
with that?
Yeah,
Okay,
just go
cool.
for it.
I'll do the
But like chug it.
Do you want to put in the beer stick?
hard pass. Thank you so much for offering Bierstick. It's great.
All right, talking out of his ass. Why is that only 68%?
I was gonna ask the
Honestly,
same thing.
That should be like 100%. He is the kind of person that he talks out of his ass because 9 times. Do you want me to put it over?
Oh,
here?
that's
9
phenomenal.
times out of 10, he will. I'm talking away from the mic. I'm sorry. 9 times out of 10, he's the kind of guy that if he watches like an infomercial or somebody at Best Buy is just trying to sell him something, he will come home and be like, this is the best product. And he will literally tell me verbatim what the pitch was. And I'm
Right.
like, you know, they're like selling you bullshit. Or like, they just made you buy the most expensive sound bar, which they did. So now we have a very expensive sound bar under our TV. But
He's
talking
easy.
out of his ass is because other people talk up his ass.
Yikes.
That is how that rating needs to go up
It's a good visual.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stamina 73.
In what context?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would like to know where
I
that
need to
came from.
understand the context of
Yeah.
stamina.
Partying, talking out his ass.
Like,
Yeah,
100,
that
100.
stuff
Just like-
definitely high, but
like with the like just with Landon.
there you go.
Like, I'm assuming that's what it is, but they
If-
made this, so who
if
knows?
stamina, well, and this was also done before we had Landon.
Okay.
So
So he was talking about your stamina.
I forgot
with you.
half this podcast. Like, you guys,
Yeah, we didn't have a kid.
kids
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Like,
but I mean, maybe stamina for like, he definitely, I get a lot more frustrated very quickly. Like, I'm very like quick to my temper, which you guys know this. I'm like, 0 to 100 very,
Same.
very, very quickly.
fair.
Yeah.
So like, as far as if stamina was turned into like patience, then I would probably
go.
put that a lot higher.
Positive spin.
Yeah. Awareness, -5.
0. Yeah. At least.
He could literally be in the kitchen doing something, and I could be on the floor in tears because I am just so upset that I can't get Landon to do something. And he's just like, he's like the cook, the cook from the Muppets, the whole that's Jamie 1,000% of the time.
oh my god.
That is him. Exactly. Yes.
Nigel Thornberry, what's that show?
Yes.
The Wild
Yes.
Thornberry.
Wild Thornberry.
And then Donnie,
Donnie.
Donnie's
That's
little
the-
kid.
that's
Loved that show.
Yes. DIY. What do you got a cricket in the like garage I don't know about? Like, what is the DIY?
What are we DIYing?
I don't know.
Didn't he redo something with your bathroom or your air conditioning? Or
Yeah,
I'm trying to give him
with
points.
Daddy Mike's help. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like
That's James. He doesn't do anything around the house without my dad.
I've
yeah.
heard he's the flashlight bitch.
He 100% is.
Yeah.
Jamie
And
is.
he will own it.
Jamie is the I gotta watch a YouTube tutorial bitch.
Yeah.
he can figure it out, but yeah, it's not a like my dad can like look at wires and be like, oh, this needs to go here and that
Yep.
there, and then that light will turn on.
Right.
We definitely we're watching YouTube tutorials of like how to take the dishwasher apart,
Right.
kind of thing, like when we gotta clean it or something.
At least he's willing to watch the YouTube. Some people are not willing even to like look it up.
Exactly.
He's
Now,
able to do
They
it.
just call someone.
When
Right.
you guys have stuff that needs to be built, because like in the beginning, like we were building the crib or building like. It used to drive me crazy. Like, I'm very, okay, they make instructions for a reason. So we're going to go step 1.
Yep.
No.
Oh, that would drive me nuts.
So
No.
we put together all of our like closet furniture. Like we have IKEA closets.
You have like built-in
all of our
kinda-
chairs, our tables, all that. We were putting
Yeah.
that together when I was 9 months pregnant. And I was very much a direction kind of person. And Trey and his dad were putting our bed together. And I was like, no. This is the next step. And they're like, no, we'll figure it out. And I was like, no.
Especially
Yeah,
with
you're gonna miss
IKEA
screws
stuff,
and
like
stuff.
Yeah.
you can't
No.
not because their instructions don't make sense as it is.
Right.
But like if you
Yeah.
miss one
Like,
thing,
did I miss a screw or do I have an extra screw?
it's the worst.
All right, and then he has bottle washes. Bottle wash is 100%. I like never wash bottles.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Nor should you, because
Or
you,
pump parts. Like
you
I don't
pump
really.
and you put in the work, and it's so much like I think they are like especially the portable pumps. You put them on, and they're like, you're not doing anything. Like, why is this hard? But it is.
you
It
feel it.
drains so much energy. It sometimes it
Don't
hurts.
bend over.
It's it's so much, and then you have to turn around, and you're supposed to like clean all of it too. Absolutely not.
No.
Well, especially like at work, because like at work, where I put on my pumps, not to like dog on where I work, and it's a public company, so I probably should not say too much, but it was kind of like a push and pull to find a place for me to appropriately pump. Which by law you have to provide me, like a locked door, and like
I think that's a hard place for
it's
a lot of companies.
Yeah, and it's very hard for us because we have cameras everywhere. We're a grocery store.
Right.
So, and in the pharmacy, we by law have to have cameras literally in every single corner.
Of
Not
course.
that I have not taken my pumps off in the middle of that pharmacy. Trust me, I have. So,
do what you gotta
corporate,
do.
please enjoy my booby flash in the back of the pharmacy.
You're
'cause
welcome.
I've definitely done it before. But so there's this like utility closet and so I have to go up the stairs, walk all the way down the hallway, and then I can throw my pumps on, put my bag back in the fridge because I have to keep my bag upstairs because it's not clear because you can't have a clear bag. Like clear bag has to be in the pharmacy.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Well, yeah, because I guess
mean, that
God
makes
forbid I
sense.
take, but
Right.
okay, but
Yeah.
riddle me this: I can't have I have to have a clear bag to bring in the pharmacy, but my pharmacy coat has 8 pockets.
Right. You're wearing a big white lab coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So riddle me
interesting.
how that works. I could put 8 bottles of Percocet and
Right.
walk home. Not that I do
No,
that,
I was gonna say not that you would,
but
Not that I've thought about it.
yeah, I will say, and it's interesting how because I know we talked about it a lot because we
I
were
started out in a
pumping.
storage closet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was very lucky. I had when I went back to work, my boss was amazing about like respecting my pump times, and I could be a little flexible with it. I wasn't super strict about like when I pumped, but as long as it was within like an hour range.
yeah,
And I had a room with a code. The first building we were in, I had a room with a code. It had a fridge in there.
Yeah.
It had like books, pamphlets, just everything's about like being a mom, a comfy
Yeah.
chair. And then we moved to a new building.
Wow.
And it had a lock. People would randomly knock on it and like use it, not for work stuff. Like they would allow people to go sit in there. And then I'd come in and be like, I'm just uncomfortable with this. So I didn't love leaving my milk in the fridge, but I had to sometimes because I had no other option. But it had a sink in there.
nice.
And stuff so I
Yeah.
could wash my pump parts at work, which was nice.
because were you wall pumping or were you wireless pumping?
So I was wireless pumping on the way to work.
Uh-huh.
And then I would bring my Medela. So I would like wall pump at work because I
Yeah.
had a space for it.
Yeah.
I don't have a private office.
Yeah.
So I couldn't like just pump at my desk.
Right.
Neither could
It's
I.
very open.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't comfortable with that. And so, because there were people like at the desk across from me with like a glass thing. It's like we could like stare at each other like
Yeah.
this. So like I wasn't comfortable. So I would do that. And I trusted my Medela more during the day.
Yeah.
But I was very lucky that I had like a
Oh, yeah.
space for
Yeah.
that. We're also a hospital. So I feel like they like,
Yeah. I don't know how
to have
I
that.
would be able to wall pump during the day. Like it's literally
Yeah.
it's just enough time for me to like cuz I'll go upstairs, do that, put my pumps on, run back downstairs and they're like, "Hey, we have 3 prescriptions for you to verify. These people are waiting."
yeah.
We would make my
See.
schedule so I wouldn't see appointments for like a 30-minute block. And then I could work on records because I had a computer at my little divider area eventually. And then in between cases, like surgeries, I would just have to pick a time. And be
Yeah.
like,
You
just
sorry
have to
guys,
fit
don't
it
start
in
this
when you
case
could.
yet. Like I've got to go up and pump.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just come downstairs with my wireless pumps. I'm counseling patients. I'm filling prescriptions, and they're
pumping.
just won't.
You have
just
to
going.
though. I would, if I had a meeting that I needed to be at, I would just like put it on my phone and like make sure the camera was off, and then I would just do it on my phone. But I put it on my calendar, and so we try to like either I didn't attend the meeting,
Right.
or I just listened in, or we just didn't book meetings around that. And then once my supply dropped, I was like, this is too stressful, and then
Yeah.
we stopped. But okay, we have a list of questions
Okay.
I feel like we're supposed to get through. Do you guys want to like rapid fire these questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go
Yeah.
for it.
We can rapid fire and then maybe try to wrap.
Yeah, because I
Fair
feel
enough.
like
Oh,
we're
yeah.
like,
What are we at?
I feel like we're almost done.
20 minutes.
We're what?
Hour and 20 minutes.
Oh,
We're-
shit.
People are going to be
Leave it to
so
the
tired of
girls.
listening
Okay.
to
Leave it to
us.
should we try to
Jesus.
get through some of these?
I
Maybe
guess
we could
quickly.
like one of us answer each question, kind of go down like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
What annoys you most about your husband?
The songs that he makes up.
The song.
Oh.
She said that so fast.
I've thought about this. Not gonna lie. Everything about like he makes everything into a song.
That's hilarious.
That just sounds so not Trey to me.
That's
I don't know why, but
That
would
sounds
drive me
like
nuts.
James.
It sounds like James. I was gonna say when
Not
we're in the middle of a
Trey.
conversation, like a serious conversation, and he goes, "I love this song," and turns it up.
Yeah, but that's a real song.
That's a real song. He
Trey
doesn't
will
make
just
up
be like,
songs.
I'm gonna go make some golf tees and go play a game and go do this and we're gonna
So
go
he's
do that.
narrating his life
Basically.
with
Via song.
songs.
Does he
He's a
have his own
musical.
theme song? You know, like
Not
who's
yet,
that
but don't give
girl?
him an idea.
It's Jess.
It's actually that song. Who's
It used to be. It's Trey.
It's Trey. All right. What were your expectations of the podcast initially?
I thought it was going to epically fail.
Same.
I thought they were going to do it for a couple weeks, and then
I give up.
yeah,
I think this is 1 year, right? Like
yeah,
that's
this
their
is
whole
year.
This is
thing.
their 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think
And they
it would
wanted to celebrate with us.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Hey, we're the make or break here.
make- right.
That's
we
true,
could just
yeah.
veto,
So fast.
which we all have done at least once, I think.
One
Oh,
except
yeah.
Trey
because
except for Trey because
this is his house.
this is his house. Yeah, no, it's been vetoed a few times in my household.
Yeah, ditto.
How do you feel about the podcast currently? I don't hate it. I don't. Everyone here knows I'm not a listener unless I'm sitting in the back with the baby and he puts it on and I have no choice. But I think they've improved, and I find myself laughing sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has exceeded my expectations.
I actually put it on. So like every like 2 or 3 days I'm off like for the full day. And so we go on like a stroller walk and I take the dog and I always listen to like something like in the little cup holder of the stroller. And so I joke with my kid and I go, all right, I'm going to play Daddy's voice. Time to take a nap. Because he goes to sleep in the
That's adorable.
stroller.
There you go.
And so I'll play the podcast on loud while I'm just walking around.
How many episodes have you listened to? On my own, maybe 2.
Yeah.
And it's because he talks shit about me. And so sometimes I have to listen to what he says about me.
I will, when Ryan comes back, like not at midnight when he comes home after
Yeah.
actually recording, like the next day I'll be like, what did you say? Like, I need
Same.
there's just like, what's the little quips about me first off, and
Yeah.
then the girls, and then what, like, you can say what you want about yourself, but what did you say about your nucleus family at home?
Yes.
And then if there's something that he says that I'm like, that's not correct, I'll go listen to it. But I did have a road trip to Tampa like 2 weeks ago, and I was going for a really good girlfriend's baby shower, first 24 hours away from the babies. And I found myself, Ryan had told me that you guys had a terrible time at on a cruise.
Yeah.
And so he said that it was like one of the funniest episodes. So I did listen to that. That turned into, listened to like 5 episodes on the way to Tampa
dedication.
and back.
Wow.
And I found myself laughing. And I was
Yeah.
in traffic, and Orlando's the fucking worst. No offense to Orlando. You suck. I was driving through Orlando, passing Disney, passing Universal, whatever. And I was like, I'm still cheery. So it was,
yeah.
I'm like, so now I've listened to 5 episodes, and I don't know what the beginning was like because I didn't listen,
No.
honestly. So
I've listened to, probably almost every single one. We have a routine where we watch it on YouTube, like at night while we're like eating dinner, like one of the days, like before it actually gets aired. So I actually watch most of the like actual footage too, and then I'll play it on my phone, usually like on the way to work or like, stroller walks and things.
are you telling us you're an editor of this podcast? Like you listen to it before it gets announced or it gets
She's
I-
production.
I
Your
do,
production.
I do listen.
You're
yeah,
executive producer.
I make zero like comments or anything.
Edits,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't get to have any input at all. But yeah, I do get to watch it before everybody gets to see it, so that's nice.
I think I've listened to all but the draft episodes.
Right. I always
The
skip
draft
those.
episodes
Not
are
be
hard
interested.
to get through. They're just too long,
They take forever.
and I don't know who the football players
And it's
are.
made
like,
up. It's made up. It's points that
Yeah.
don't exist. It's
Yeah.
I'm not here for it.
no.
Okay. I'm assuming this is talking about our husbands. Who is the funniest?
I don't want to tell them.
I feel like we can't give them
Okay,
that.
wait. Or we all at the same time say, well, that's the worst for podcasts. I was going to say we all say it. I know my answer.
I'm going to regret my answer.
You're going to
so
say,
hard.
it has to be James.
Yeah.
I think he's the funniest. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I do too.
I think
Yeah.
I hate to say it because it encourages him, and I just feel like you can't encourage it. And I know you all see me not laugh at his jokes.
That's so hard.
But it's because I have to hear him 10 times. I laugh the first time.
Right.
But when you hear the same like stuff over and over again, it's not funny.
Does he go through material in the car on the way to like hang out with all of us? Like, Janie, I'm going to say this. What do you think?
Sometimes he'll do stuff like that, and I'm like, please
Not
don't.
funny.
And then he'll turn around and do it anyway.
Right.
Like he desperately wants to say on the next podcast, all right, guys, comment below which wife's the hottest. And I was like, maybe we don't do that. That doesn't sound fun.
I take everything back. I hate James. He's the worst. Not funny.
Not funny at all. This is going to go to his head, and I'm going to have to deal with this for the next like 5 years. So I regret saying it.
Right. Yeah.
Out into the world.
Let's take it back. Okay, let's go.
But here
Can
we
we
are.
cut that part? Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
allowed?
Can we cut that?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
We have the editor captive right now.
That's
So.
true.
We can do
That's
whatever
true.
we want.
Who says the dumbest things?
James? Jamie.
I
Oh,
think
someone's
it's
raising their
hard,
hand
yeah.
back there.
I think that it might be a tie between the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie
Egg
is
yolks
really
and salmon.
Yolks and
Jamie's
salmon.
really
Yolks with
notorious for
salmon.
putting his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
Like saying things and me like looking, he's like, "Ooh, I didn't mean it." that
Yeah.
way."
Hand rolls.
Oh, hand rolls.
We can't even get into it.
Fucking guy.
We probably don't
Next
have time for
episode.
that.
Yeah, next time. What would you change about the podcast?
As long as it's after the girls go to bed, I really don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Maybe if they were a little more factual sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
That would be nice.
Right.
Instead of acting like they know nothing.
That's good.
The
See-
solid starts thing was stupid because James has the app on his phone.
Like, look on your phone.
Yeah.
After
How do
the
you not
episode,
know?
And like correct yourself later.
See,
Yeah.
the time for the podcast for us.
Oh, it's
I
hard
guess
still.
I guess because we live so far away, like we're the furthest drive.
Yeah.
As
True.
far as like coming home, and my dog barks if you like the door cracks. She is intruder alert. So he has to call me when he's at the U-turn. So that's at like 12:30 in the morning. I have to get up
no.
and come to the front steps and sit with Rocket for him to
Tiff,
pull up.
shout out to
Yeah.
you.
So
Wow.
Because
that's what we do every night.
It would be a
on the
hard
podcast.
pass in my house.
I'm always asleep when Ryan comes home.
My
Yeah.
dog barks every time the boys show up, and it's usually just when we're putting Ivy down.
Oh, no.
So I'm like trying to quietly yell at the dog to
Right.
shut the heck up.
Right.
Yeah.
And the boys are walking in, and then when everybody's leaving, sometimes they sneak out.
No.
Other times, not
They've
so
had 4
much.
beer sticks.
James
so.
is like the loudest person on earth. So.
He's probably like, hey, dog, what's up, dog?
There's
What's
no,
up, bitch?
There's no like sense of awareness. I don't know why awareness wasn't on
Awareness.
James's.
Also talking out of his ass, so definitely Jamie wins that one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What have we clearly messed up that you want to correct? I think
Solid
we've
starts.
already
Solid starts. I hate James.
Yeah. Yeah. I lost where I was. Hold on. How is the mom experience most different from the dad experience? I think the moms carry more of the emotional load.
Totally.
The moms have to remember everything. The moms have to know when the doctor's appointments are, know when everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the biggest for me.
I think that there's a feeling that I mean, I'm obviously not a dad. I can't speak to their feelings, but I think as a mom, I have this like, if Ivy cries, I feel it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I'm not just hearing it,
Yeah.
like I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
And Trey's like, just let him sleep. It's
Right.
okay. Or scream, like cry it out. It's fine. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
no, I can't do. I go take it like when we were doing Cry It Out for a while. I had to go like outside or take a shower, like and like stay in there because
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it. It doesn't bother him.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say like I really think like as a human being my DNA has changed like as a woman to now a mom. Like I think I'm a totally different person. I think that like you said, you feel it in your body and you feel it
Yeah.
outside your body, and you're just like, again, I don't know what his experience was really like emotionally, mentally, physically, but that's probably the biggest difference. They were part of your body. Your heart beat at the same time as their heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just
you literally gave like you grew them. They are part of you. You're
Right.
part of them. Like it's just different. Like,
totally. And even the best dads in the world, like, they won't understand that.
No.
And that's not at their fault, but it also, like,
They're just not, it's like physically not possible, I feel
Right.
like, for them to understand that.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We got deep there.
We got deep. That was all right. We're going right back. They did this. What in the heck? I don't like this mic. Who slacks on diapers? I feel like we kind of already got to
Yeah,
that,
covered.
James.
Yeah.
100%. Who slacks on baths?
Ryan does every bath with me, so I can't say.
Trey
that.
does every
I
bath
do
with
way
me,
more
too.
baths.
Yes.
Okay.
But our area is really small, so it's kind of hard for us. Our bathroom's like long, so it's hard to fit in there. Does Jamie do bath times?
Well, I'm.
you're not home,
Like
yeah.
I get whenever I work, I come home at 9:45. He's been asleep for an hour and a half.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's solo bath and bedtime.
So
when
he's
I'm at
not
work.
slacking.
No.
Nah,
Good
nah,
job, Jamie.
He's got the baths.
Who slacks on nighttime wake ups? We don't have those anymore, but
Yeah.
James 100% slacked on them.
He didn't
because
do
I
those,
was
right?
breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
so-
kind of like
It was
you
kind of
had
like,
no choice. Like I'm gonna get up
Yeah.
anyway. So
and if she's awake, I'm the one who would have to wake him up at night.
yeah, I'm
to
a
get
lighter.
her, and
I'm
then
a
I
lighter
couldn't go to
sleeper.
sleep. I would like be watching on the camera, making sure she settled down or was okay. Like I couldn't. If she's awake, I have to be awake. Like
Yeah.
I can't read. What is one thing hubby hands down does better than you?
Fun. He's so much more fun. Like,
Yeah.
I want
Belly
to
laughs,
belly
yeah.
laughs. There you
Yeah.
go. Exactly. Like, I'll be like doing the exact same thing, and they're like, "Good try."
Good try, Mom.
Yeah. Dad, get this girl out of the way, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like doesn't sweat the small things. Like he like
That's a good
I
one.
like get overstimulated so fast, and he's just like, it's fine. Like
Right.
calm down. Like,
Yeah.
Does that calm you down when he tells you to calm you down?
no,
No.
actually, I see red.
Yeah. No.
I see red, and I have to excuse
You're like,
myself.
do you want to die?
Okay, they have specific questions for each of us, specific updates. For me, how has debt-free 2024 been going? It's been great. We have, I think, 3,000 left on James's car,
Good
and then we are
job.
debt-free.
Wow.
I do
Incredible.
want to clear up because I feel like every time he talks about debt and then he talks about our gadgets and stuff, it sounds like we have all this debt and we spend money like crazy and like we're so irresponsible. We have no credit card debt. We never have. We're both like very conscious
Good
about
job.
credit cards. We're scared. Like we don't want to get in that situation. It's car, student loans, our Peloton.
It's all the stuff everybody has. They just
Yeah,
all
it's
listen.
normal,
They listen to Caleb
healthy
Hammer way
debt.
too much. Is the problem?
all the time. And it's been a tough year. I mean, we've had to turn down a lot of things.
Right.
We've had to, just really watch like all of our spending, but now we're $3,000 away from being debt free and just being a lot more free. So
That's awesome.
It's gone really well. And I credit that all to James.
I was going
because
to ask, is that
he-
really his idea?
Yes, it was his idea. He got it in his head. He has been stuck to it. He has been like, hey, I said I will follow this 100%, but like I can't do any math. Like
Right.
give me like a basic math problem and I can't do it.
Right.
And that's why he's the math.
That's why
teacher.
he turns.
Ah,
Thank
PE
God.
teacher.
PE bro.
Yes. Thank God though that he because I was like, don't ask me to do the numbers. So he does all of that, and I said, as long as you do it, I'm on board.
Yeah.
And so it's gone really well. So, Tiff, if your husband was a draft pick, what round would he go in?
I don't even know how the draft works.
What
so
draft?
I only know snake, but I don't know what that means. I've heard them say snake.
I've never heard that.
I think they.
And what are we drafting?
What are we drafting? What's the draft for? Is it football?
It's
Is
definitely
it
not
baseball?
football.
Is it being a dad?
It's like I don't know, like
Is it
third
golf?
grade table tennis.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. What
Something like
round
that.
would he go in for that?
47th.
Okay.
Wow.
That's really
Specific.
That's
Oh
a
my
lot.
God.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right, Megan, how often do you want to kick everyone out of your house?
Every night.
Yeah.
I respect
So simple.
that
Right.
so much. Emily, birthing 2 babies. How much does that suck?
Okay.
Verbatim.
I know that's what it said, and that is my bone. It did not suck. The girls are phenomenal. I'm so blessed. Obviously, we had to go through IVF. It was a 3-year journey to even get there. So the birthing process was terrible only because I was a mess. Like I lost
You almost died.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
truly.
And
I like that you're trying to downplay it
I
over
know.
here, and it's like
It's-
literally almost died.
I downplay it because I'm dumb and I don't know what that meant until like I left the hospital. I lost like 3 liters of blood or 2.5 liters of blood, and I had 6 or 7 blood transfusions. I was there for a week. Like I didn't realize how bad it was until like I was already out of it because I was in a fog.
Like at one point while you were in the hospital, you had more of other people's blood in your body.
Right.
You could have probably tested as a different blood type.
Right. And
Which is
again,
crazy.
Again, dumb. Don't even know my blood type. But yeah, like so
Same, though.
They could have lied and be like, "You're O," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Don't even. That's a blood type, right?
Yes,
that sounds right.
Yeah, sounds good to me. It's amazing because they're here and they're a miracle and like themselves. Pregnancy 0 out of 10. If I gave myself rating, it was fucking terrible. I was sick every 10 minutes. I feel like, and I was the size of a goddamn house. I don't know if I'm allowed to say GD, but I just did.
Sorry for cussing.
Yeah, that noise is for me. I'm from New York. I'm sorry. But the birthing it was pretty terrible. But Ryan was phenomenal. When I came to, like 2 days after I got all the blood transfusions, Ryan's mom basically like slept in a corner of the hospital. She literally is 4'11", so she like hid in a corner and like we put like coat rack over her and then my parents stayed in the room until like 9 or 10 at night. And Ryan, I woke up and Ryan was like, "This is how we swaddle." I didn't know what the. First off, I was like, well, I watched a video, so I YouTubed it. Like I know what a swaddle is, but like he did all the diapers for the first 2 or 3 days. He did all the swaddling. He did everything, and like he taught me because I was so a mess. And like I'll never forget that. That was that part of it was like amazing. You can look back, but at one point the doctor was like, "You have to stay another 24 hours. I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah." And they'd already discharged me, and then they undischarged me, whatever. And I literally go, "Get me the fuck out of here," to the doctor, who I love him, my OB. But I was like, I'm going to fucking lose my mind if I don't leave.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You legally can't leave." I go, what are they going to do? And he goes, "Well, insurance isn't going to pay your bill." I got my bill a couple months later. I'm very glad I stayed.
Yeah.
It was $100,000. Like
Yeah.
So, it sucked, but I don't want to say that because it got me them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it can still suck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
0 out of 10.
Okay, that's all I have. That was everything on the piece of paper.
I'm sure we're way over
We're
time
way
anyway.
over. Leave it to the girls to go over too long.
I know. I hope that's the name of the episode is like, leave it to the girls.
Right? Jesus.
What do they
And
expect from
cue the exit music.
Yeah, we're out.
us? We're done.
Bye guys.
Bye.
See you never.